So the system allows you to use a SD card or a USB stick. I call it a jumper drive, or that's what we used to call it back in the days when they first came out. Does allow you to use either of those. There is a remote associated with it. I have it attached to the tab with Velcro. I do suggest you stick it with Velcro so you don't lose this little thing. It has a little LCD display. I guess you can't make it out with this camera for some reason. I don't know how to use this camera that well either, so yeah, I guess you could see it right there. Yeah, I guess you could. When you have your SD or your jumper drive installed, you could forward tracks around. These also work. This system also picks up FM radio. So you use those guys to jump around your recorded channels that you can set up. As far as levels, it has 3 sections. Here's your main level, your volume adjuster. This guy here is a clip. It shows if the speaker's being overpowered, this light goes on. If you see that, I suggest you turn the speaker down a little bit so you don't hurt it too much. This is your power indicator. Again, your volume knob. Pretty obvious, treble, bass. Let's see, over on this side we have inputs for eighth inch adapters, also for RCA jacks, and this is the level adjuster that controls that. Here you have a level adjuster for a microphone. It says mic. I'm gonna try a guitar on this thing, see if that works, see how that goes. But it's a mic that works with a 1/4 inch connection in there. And here you have RCA outs that I guess you could take to another speaker. Probably go from one speaker to the next speaker. Here's your basic heatsink for the plate amp. Then at the bottom it gives you the option to switch from 120 to 240. It's labeled 115, 230. Here's your power switch, your power cord location, and there's an option to extend out to another speaker. Not sure how that works, but there it is. Here we can see it has a few hand supports. Here you have your 15-inch woofer and your tweeter. It looks like a pretty, I'll be honest, it looks like a pretty good build. As you can see down at the bottom, you have wheels for easy transporting. They seem a little bit stiff. I guess I have to try them out later on. Okay. And again, this guy here is a pretty solid build. That sounds pretty solid. Nice solid build. I feel like if this thing falls, it is gonna take a nice hit. The controls here, not all that, they're pretty basic. I think this thing, will last a while if you don't abuse it too much. I noticed this button was a little bit flimsy. Not a big deal. Like I said, everything could be flimsy from any manufacturer, but So again, I do suggest you play around with your bass and treble to whatever your preference is. Okay, last tip. Whenever you guys turn this baby off, I suggest you turn the volume down, because if you turn it off with the volume all the way up, you get a loud clicking sound, and I don't think you want that to happen. So turn your volume all the way down and power this baby off, and you'll avoid that. And that's it for this review. Hope you enjoyed it.